Apple could be about to make the Apple Watch lineup interesting again. Because this September we may not be getting just one important Apple Watch upgrade, we could be getting two. The Apple Watch Series 12 could bring back a premium material Apple abandoned almost 7 years ago, while the Apple Watch Ultra 4 could become thinner, smarter, and possibly even get Touch ID. And here's the strange part, neither watch needs a completely new design to feel like a major upgrade. So if you are thinking about buying a new Apple Watch this year, which one should actually be on your wrist, the Series 12 or the Ultra 4? Let's start with the Apple Watch Series 12, because Apple may be bringing something back from the dead. Ceramic. According to a recent rumor, Apple could bring ceramic back with the Series 12, something we haven't seen since the ceramic Apple Watch Edition Series 5 in 2019. That's almost 7 years. And honestly, this could make the Series 12 feel much more special than another slightly different aluminum finish with a fancy new name. Ceramic has some real advantages. It looks premium, it's lightweight, and it's highly resistant to scratches. The big question is price. Apple previously treated ceramic as a premium option, so if it returns, don't expect it to replace the normal aluminum Series 12. Instead, Apple could position it above the standard models, possibly giving buyers something more luxurious without forcing them all the way up to the Ultra. Would you actually pay extra for a ceramic Apple Watch? Or would you immediately put a case on it anyway and completely defeat the point? But the bigger Series 12 upgrade could actually be hiding inside. Apple Watch Series 9, Series 10, and Series 11 have relied on very similar underlying processor architecture, despite getting different chip names. Series 12 could finally change that. Apple is rumored to be preparing a new generation of Apple Watch silicon, potentially bringing a meaningful jump in performance and efficiency. And normally, faster Apple Watch chips aren't exactly the kind of thing that makes people cancel dinner plans. But this time, the extra performance could actually matter, because watchOS 27 is expected to push more AI-powered features and smarter Siri capabilities onto your wrist. That could mean faster responses, smoother apps, better efficiency, and hopefully less waiting around while Siri thinks about what you just asked. Series 12 could also receive new software customization options, including additional colors connected to the popular modular watch face. So from the outside, Series 12 may look pretty familiar, but underneath, Apple could be making some of its biggest changes in years. And then we get to the monster. Apple Watch Ultra 4. Apple apparently isn't trying to completely redesign the Ultra either. Instead, the big goal could be fixing one of its biggest compromises. Thickness. The Ultra 4 is rumored to get a thinner chassis, while keeping the titanium construction, flat sapphire crystal, digital crown, and action button that make an Ultra immediately recognizable. And that could be a bigger deal than it sounds. A thinner Ultra would feel better during workouts, less bulky throughout the day, and much more comfortable when you're trying to sleep with it. Because let's be fair, sleeping with a giant Ultra on your wrist can sometimes feel like taking a tiny computer to bed. But Apple could have another surprise. Touch ID. Rumors suggest Apple has explored bringing biometric authentication to the watch, potentially through the side button or action button. Imagine confirming something with your finger instead of repeatedly entering a tiny passcode on your wrist. We still don't know exactly how Apple would implement it, so treat this one as a possibility rather than a guarantee. But if Touch ID does arrive, would that be enough to make you upgrade? The back of the Ultra 4 could be changing too. Apple is reportedly experimenting with a redesigned sensor arrangement, with some rumors pointing toward an 8-sensor configuration. Exactly what all of those sensors would do remains unclear, but improved health tracking appears to be a major focus. Existing features like ECG, wrist temperature sensing, sleep tracking, advanced workout data, and outdoor navigation should remain, while hypertension notifications and other health features could continue expanding. But don't expect the dream feature just yet. Non-invasive blood glucose monitoring still appears to be further away, with Apple reportedly needing greater accuracy before something that important reaches your wrist. Then there's battery life. Instead of simply making the battery much bigger, Apple could use the new chip to squeeze more life from the hardware. The current Ultra already delivers roughly 42 hours of normal use and up to 72 hours in low-power mode. So Ultra 4 should at least aim to maintain that level, even if the body becomes thinner. And that creates an interesting battle. Series 12 could be the stylish everyday option, familiar design, potentially ceramic, a new chip and smarter software. Ultra 4 could be the serious upgrade, titanium, longer battery life, advanced sensors, a thinner body and possibly Touch ID. Both watches are expected around Apple's September event, alongside the next generation of iPhones. So this year, choosing an Apple Watch might actually be difficult. Would you take the cleaner, lighter Series 12, especially if that beautiful ceramic finish returns? Or would you spend more for the Ultra 4, get the rugged titanium body, bigger battery, better outdoor features, and potentially Apple's most advanced health hardware? For me, the most interesting upgrade isn't even the design. It's what Apple appears to be doing underneath it. New silicon, smarter software, better sensors, and possibly a completely new way to authenticate. The watches may look familiar when Apple puts them on stage, but if these rumors are right, 2026 could be the year the Apple Watch gets a lot more interesting. And now there's only one question. Series 12 or Ultra 4? Which one would you actually put on your wrist?